Have you ever noticed someone who seems to overthink every word, who apologizes for things they didn't even do, or who avoids looking people in the eyes? It can feel puzzling. On the surface, these behaviors might seem odd, or even a little over the top, but they are often the invisible fingerprints of emotional abuse, the quiet scars left behind by a woman with narcissistic tendencies. Every day, survivors of this kind of abuse navigate a world that feels unsafe in ways most people can't imagine. Their minds are constantly alert, their hearts on guard, and their emotions carefully hidden. It's exhausting, even if it looks calm from the outside. On this channel, Emotional Soulmate, we explore the deep, often hidden realities of narcissistic abuse and emotional manipulation. This video dives into the subtle behaviors that develop after years of walking on eggshells around someone who is controlling, manipulative, or emotionally cold. Stick with this video until the end, because understanding these behaviors can be the first step toward reclaiming your life. Living on high alert, hypervigilance. One of the most common patterns is a state of constant alertness. Everyday conversations are no longer simple exchanges. Compliments, reassurances, even neutral remarks can trigger suspicion. This hyper-awareness isn't paranoia, it's survival. After experiencing consistent gaslighting and manipulation, trusting words becomes risky. Every sentence is scanned for hidden meaning or potential threat. Over time, this vigilance becomes second nature. It's exhausting, yet it's the brain's way of protecting you from further harm. The world that felt dangerous under abuse doesn't magically feel safe afterward. Hypervigilance lingers because it once saved you. Recognizing this as a learned survival skill is the first step toward releasing some of that constant tension. 2. Hiding feelings, emotional masking. In social settings, smiles can become shields, and neutral expressions can hide a storm inside. This isn't coldness, it's a defense mechanism. Being emotionally punished or ridiculed for showing feelings teaches the brain to hide everything. Sadness, fear, or frustration may be tucked away under practiced expressions. Over time, this habit becomes automatic, especially around new people or large groups. Emotional masking is not a flaw. It's a survival strategy that protected you when vulnerability was unsafe. Understanding it as protection, not weakness, can be freeing. 3. The comfort of control, obsessive tidiness. When the emotional world feels unpredictable, controlling the physical world becomes a lifeline. Cleaning, organizing, or arranging a space isn't just about neatness, it's therapy. For survivors of narcissistic abuse, who often lived under constantly shifting rules and unpredictable criticism, a tidy environment provides temporary safety. It's a place where rules make sense and consequences feel predictable. A spotless room or a perfectly arranged shelf isn't vanity. It's a small reclamation of stability and peace in a world that once felt uncontrollable. 4. Rituals for safety, checking and rechecking. Locks checked multiple times, doors secured repeatedly. These aren't quirks. They are manifestations of trauma. Living under emotional abuse creates a nervous system wired for danger. Even after leaving, the body carries the memory of fear. Locking doors isn't just about keeping out intruders. It's symbolic. It draws a line between past pain and present safety. These rituals are silent reminders that boundaries matter and that protecting yourself is not optional. It's essential. 5. Solitude as sanctuary. After chronic control or judgment, being alone can feel restorative instead of lonely. Eating alone, traveling solo, or choosing independent activities isn't antisocial. It's healing. In abusive relationships, choices were often criticized or overridden. Solitude provides space to rediscover personal preferences and reclaim autonomy. It's a quiet rebellion against the years when someone else dictated your life. Being alone becomes an act of self-respect, a chance to reconnect with your own voice and desires. 6. Difficulty. Speaking about the past. Talking about abuse isn't easy. Words can get stuck, stammers appear, or memories feel too heavy to share. This isn't forgetfulness, it's trauma. The brain stores painful experiences, and recalling them can feel like reliving them. Struggling to speak doesn't mean weakness. It's evidence of endurance. It's proof that you survived holding in pain for so long without a safe outlet. Recognizing this struggle is a vital step toward finding spaces where you can safely process and release the weight of the past. 7. Excessive apologizing, internalized blame. Saying sorry for things that aren't your fault becomes instinctive. You apologize for being in someone's space, for expressing a need, for simply existing. This pattern arises from repeated blame and criticism. The mind learns to anticipate anger or disappointment by preemptively taking responsibility. Over-apologizing is a form of self-protection, a way to keep the peace. But the truth is, peace that requires shrinking yourself isn't real peace. Understanding this behavior as a learned response, not a flaw, opens the door to reclaiming confidence and self-worth. 8. Avoiding eye contact. Looking someone in the eye, once a neutral social act, can feel threatening. Past experiences with judgment, sarcasm, or aggression teach the brain that vulnerability is risky. Avoiding eye contact isn't disrespect, it's defense. It protects the self from emotional exposure. Relearning eye contact gradually, in safe spaces, can become an act of empowerment rather than fear. Every small step toward this helps rebuild confidence in interpersonal interactions. 9. Anxiety when expressing opinions. Even in calm settings, expressing personal views can trigger panic. Hearts race, breath shortens, and thoughts scatter. This reaction is rooted in trauma, not in the subject being discussed. Each attempt to speak may remind the brain of past dismissals and invalidations. This fear isn't a flaw. It's a learned caution from years of being silenced. Gradual, compassionate practice can help restore trust in your own voice. 10. Discomfort with praise. Receiving genuine compliments can feel unsettling. Survivors may deflect praise, downplay accomplishments, or respond with self-deprecation. Years of being told they weren't enough, or praised only for someone else's gain, create a deep discomfort with acknowledgement. Learning to accept praise as truth rather than risk is part of reclaiming self-worth. Slowly, the mind can relearn that you deserve recognition simply for being you. The unseen cost of abuse. These behaviors aren't flaws. They are adaptations, strategies developed to survive unpredictable, controlling environments. To an outsider, they may seem unusual, but each carries a story of resilience. Narcissistic abuse reshapes more than thoughts. It transforms how safety, trust, and self-esteem are experienced. The key is understanding that these behaviors are signals, not sentences. They indicate areas that need care, compassion, and healing. None of this is permanent. Recovery is possible, and every small step is progress. Healing, reconnecting with yourself. Rebuilding after narcissistic abuse isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about rediscovering what was buried. Safe relationships, therapy, and support groups offer spaces to practice autonomy and rebuild confidence. Holding eye contact for a few seconds longer, accepting a compliment without deflection, or choosing connection over isolation may seem small, but each act is a victory. These steps gradually reclaim agency, voice, and the right to define your own life. Healing isn't linear, but it's real. You are more than the abuse you endured. You are worthy of love, respect, and freedom from fear. Every effort to care for yourself is a declaration of your strength and value. From survival to self-compassion, the scars carried from narcissistic abuse are proof of endurance, not weakness. Every strange habit developed was once a lifeline, a survival strategy that protected you under immense pressure. Recognizing these behaviors is empowering. Allowing yourself to grow past them is transformative. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to heal and thrive on your own terms. If this video resonates, reflect on your own journey, celebrate small victories, honor your progress, and take steps toward reclaiming your life. Healing is possible, and you deserve every bit of it. And as always, because YouTube's algorithm tends to favor videos with strong engagement, if you feel this video has brought you value, a simple like and a quick subscribe would mean so much. It not only helps this message reach more people who need it, but also ensures you will never miss the next video that could make a difference in your journey. Thanks all.